A problem that plagues many cellists, both beginning and more advanced, is squeezing with the left hand thumb. And I can understand why people are tempted to do this, because it may seem like you need to squeeze with the thumb in order to get the string down. But I'm here to assure you that that is indeed not the case, that there is an alternative and better way to get the string down. And that is by using the natural weight of your arm and perhaps a little bit the muscles in your back and upper arm. So when you first start playing the cello, your teacher may have had you doing some kind of exercise like this, where you were essentially throwing the weight of your arm into the string. And you can both do this with a fist or with kind of a more open cello hand position, right? You may have also tried this version, okay, which is essentially working on the same thing, just throwing your weight onto the string. And you'll notice that there's quite a bit of weight there. And so what we've got here is essentially a hook onto the cello. And if you were to imagine that, your hand is like let's say a clothes hanger, you've got this hook shape, and then you were to just latch on, well, you've got, even just with gravity, quite a lot of force there, okay? And you could, I don't know, if you have a friend, you could hook onto their arm, or they could hold the cello up for you. Don't do this by yourself. What I'm doing right now is not very smart. You could hook on this way, so you can really feel the gravity aspect of just letting your arm hang there. Now when we do it on the string, it's the same basic idea, but the angle is slightly different. So there's an exercise that I saw just a couple of weeks ago. A teacher named Heather Watson-Hardy did this, and I thought it was really quite excellent. So I'm going to share it with you. She took her right arm, put it up by her left shoulder, and her left arm, or her hand rather, was just sort of waiting right above that. So she'd let her right arm start floating away, and the left arm would pull it back into the body. The right arm starts floating away, left arm pulls it back into the body. And as you do this, I think you'll feel that those muscles back here are really what engage to help you press your arm up against your chest like this. Okay, and this is, far more aggressive than you'd really need to do if you were using your cello. But you can get the same kind of feeling with the actual instrument, again, if you have a friend to help you out. So have your friend hold on to your cello right here and start pulling it away from your body, just slowly and gently, and you counteract that by hooking on and pulling it back towards you. And again, you should feel the engagement in the muscles back here. And you can even check while you're doing this, is your thumb squeezing at all, or is it free to move? And of course what we want is for it to be free to move around. Now the amount of force I've got on this is far more than you would actually need to get the strings down. Please keep in mind that the strings are only really about that far away from the fingerboard. And so we don't need to get them, all the way back there. We just need to go from here to here, which doesn't actually require all that much arm weight or all that much muscle engagement from your back. It's really a very small change from here to here. And if you go any further than that, you're just plain working too hard, okay? And that's going to slow your fingers down. So you want to find that spot where you've just got the strings down and no further. And that's all the weight you need on the strings. And I bet you can still do that with keeping your thumb loose. Now, if you are finding that you just can't get it down, well, that might mean that you are a candidate for some finger strengthening exercises, all right? Especially if you are young and you have small hands that haven't had a lot of experience grabbing onto things. You might just need to strengthen them. And so some things you could do, for example, finger flicks like this. You'll notice that moment right before I flick, well, there's a lot of muscle engagement in there. You can even do the opposite, which then works the muscles on the other side of my hand. Okay, so that's one exercise you could do. Some cellists also get Power Putty. It's for climbers. There's different exercises you can do with that that will help strengthen your hands. So if you have young hands or hands that just need a little extra workout, you can check that kind of thing out. You could also do finger flicks. Those other squeezy things work, but they don't work quite as well as the Power Putty, which gives you some different types of exercises to do. Okay, but the moral of the story is we are not pushing the string down by using an opposable motion of the thumb. We are using our arm weight and with that hook feeling and perhaps a little engagement of these muscles back here, but we don't really need the string to go down all that far, so don't go overboard on it. Okay? Good luck.